Captain Ibrahim Traore became the leader of Burkina Faso. His rise to power was swift. It happened during a time of great change. The country saw two coups in the year 2022. Traore, a young army captain, stepped forward. He took on the role of interim president. He said his main goal was to restore security. He also aimed to improve the lives of his people. Many Burkinabe citizens looked to him with hope. They desired stability and progress for their nation. Traore comes from a military background. He is one of the youngest leaders in the world. His youth and determination are often noted. He has spoken strongly about national sovereignty. He wants Burkina Faso to control its own destiny. This message resonates with many people, especially the youth of the country. They are eager for positive change. His leadership style is direct and often unceremonious. He focuses on action and tangible results. The political situation in Burkina Faso was very unstable. The coups in 2022 reflected deep frustrations. These frustrations were about insecurity and governance. Traore's government took charge in this difficult context. He promised to tackle the Islamist insurgency. The government of Burkina Faso has launched a new plan. This plan is about giving land to people for free. It is a significant and ambitious initiative. The main aim is to help the poorest citizens. Many families in Burkina Faso struggle with poverty. They lack opportunities to improve their lives. This land distribution program offers them a chance. It is designed to provide a foundation for a better future. The details are still emerging as of early 2025. But the core idea is clear: land for the landless. Who will benefit from this new land initiative? The primary targets are impoverished households. This includes families displaced by conflict. It also includes young people without employment, and women, who often face barriers to land ownership. The government wants to ensure fairness in distribution. The process will need to be transparent and well managed. This is crucial for the initiative's success. The goal is to empower those most in need, giving them control over a vital resource like land. How is this land giveaway expected to work? The plan is to allocate plots of land to eligible families. This land can be used for farming or housing. For agriculture, it could boost food production. Families could grow food for themselves and to sell. Check, check. Check one, check two, check, check. Captain Ibrahim Traore's policies often draw comparisons. Many see similarities with a famous past leader. This leader was Thomas Sankara. Sankara was president of Burkina Faso in the 1980s. He was known for his radical ideas and charisma. He also championed national self-reliance. Traore is described as having similar ideological views. He shares Sankara's focus on sovereignty and dignity. This connection to Sankara is significant for many Burkinabe. It evokes a period of hope and national pride. Thomas Sankara implemented bold land reforms. He believed land belonged to the people. His government redistributed land to peasants. The aim was to boost agricultural production and to reduce dependency on foreign aid. Sankara famously said, "Our country produces enough to feed us all." He encouraged local consumption and production. These policies aim to make Burkina Faso self-sufficient. Traore's land initiative seems to follow this path. It seeks to empower citizens through land ownership. Beyond land, Sankara focused on national development. He launched major infrastructure projects. This included building railways and roads. He also prioritized education and healthcare. Mass vaccination campaigns were a hallmark of his rule. Burkina Faso faces many serious challenges. These problems have deep roots in its history. Poverty is widespread across the country. More than 40% of the population lives below the poverty line. This means many families struggle to meet basic needs. The country ranks very low on the Human Development Index. It is 185th out of 193 countries. This shows the scale of the development challenge. Life is very difficult for a large part of the population. Access to healthcare, education, and clean water is limited. Several factors contribute to this difficult situation. Burkina Faso has limited natural resources. It is a landlocked country in West Africa. This makes trade and economic development harder. A lack of investment in key sectors has also played a role. Agriculture, the backbone of the economy, often relies on rainfall. This makes it vulnerable to climate change. Droughts can have a devastating impact on harvests and on the livelihoods of millions of farmers. These economic weaknesses make poverty reduction slow. Political instability has been another major problem. The country has experienced several coups d'état. The most recent ones were in 2022. This frequent change in government creates uncertainty. It disrupts development plans and scares away investors. Section 5. The shadow of insecurity. Impact on lives and livelihoods. The security situation in Burkina Faso is extremely serious. Armed Islamist groups have spread violence across large areas. These groups are linked to Al-Qaeda and the Islamic State. They carry out attacks on civilians and security forces. The violence has escalated sharply in recent years. In 2023, security-related deaths more than doubled. Thousands of lives have been lost. This insecurity casts a dark shadow over the nation. It affects every aspect of life for many Burkinabe. Fear and uncertainty have become daily realities. The impact on people's lives is devastating. Millions have been forced to flee their homes. They become internally displaced persons, or IDPs. These IDPs often live in crowded camps, or they stay with host families who are also struggling. They lose their homes, their farms, and their communities. Access to basic services like water and healthcare is difficult. Children's education is disrupted. Many schools have closed due to the violence. The psychological trauma of displacement and conflict is immense. The insecurity has also crippled the economy. Agriculture is severely affected in conflict zones. Farmers cannot safely access their fields. This reduces food production and worsens hunger. Livestock are stolen or killed. Section 6. Sowing Seeds of Hope. Potential Impacts on Poverty and Economy. The new Land Distribution Initiative holds significant promise. It could be a powerful tool against poverty. Land is a fundamental asset, especially in rural areas. Owning land can provide families with security. It gives them a place to live and grow food. This can directly address hunger and malnutrition. If families can produce a surplus, they can sell it. This generates income to meet other needs, such as healthcare, education for children, and better housing. It is a step towards economic independence. The initiative can also boost the national economy. Increased agricultural production is a key benefit. If many families start farming new land, food output will rise. This can reduce Burkina Faso's reliance on food imports. It can also create jobs in agriculture and related sectors, for example in food processing and transport. A stronger agricultural sector contributes to overall GDP growth. It can stimulate rural development more broadly. This creates a more resilient and diverse economy, which is crucial for long-term stability and prosperity. However, achieving these positive impacts is not automatic. Several challenges need to be addressed. The security situation remains a major obstacle. People need to be safe to cultivate their land. Access to water for irrigation is also critical, especially in a country prone to drought. Beneficiaries will need support beyond just land. This includes access to seeds, tools, and credit. Section 7. Learning from the past. Lessons from previous land endeavors. Burkina Faso has seen land-related projects before. It is useful to learn from these past experiences. One example is the Millennium Challenge Corporation, or MCC, Compact. This was a large aid program from the United States. It ran from 2009 to 2014. Part of this compact focused on agricultural development. It included constructing a large irrigated area. This area was about 2,246 hectares. Farmers received plots of land within this perimeter. They also received formal land titles. The MCC project had some positive outcomes. It significantly increased the amount of land cultivated, especially during the dry season thanks to irrigation. Farmers who received land saw their incomes increase. Some incomes rose by up to 50%. This shows that providing land and irrigation can work. Secure land tenure was also very important. Farmers with formal documents felt more secure. They were more willing to invest in their land. This is a key lesson for current initiatives. However, the MCC project also faced challenges. The cost of developing the irrigated land was very high. It was about $45,000 per hectare. This makes it difficult to replicate on a larger scale. The project's overall economic return was below expectations. Section 8. Navigating Global Tides, Burkina Faso's Shifting Alliances. Burkina Faso's international relations are changing. These shifts have an impact on the country's situation. One major change is its withdrawal from ECOWAS. ECOWAS is the economic community of West African states. It is a political and economic union of 15 countries. Burkina Faso, along with Mali and Niger, left the bloc. This decision has significant economic implications. It could affect trade, investment, and regional cooperation. The World Bank has recommended mitigating these impacts. Navigating this new reality is a challenge for the government. At the same time, Burkina Faso is building closer ties with Russia. This is a notable shift in foreign policy. There has been an increase in Russian military presence. Russian soldiers are reportedly involved in training missions and possibly in security operations. Burkina Faso officials visited the Kremlin in July 2023. This signals a strengthening of diplomatic relations. This pivot towards Russia is seen in other Sahel countries too. It reflects a desire for new security partners and perhaps a move away from traditional Western allies. These changing alliances can affect international aid. Some Western partners may reduce their support. This could be due to concerns about governance or due to the closer ties with Russia. USAID, for example, pledged humanitarian aid in May 2024. This shows that some assistance continues, but development aid might be more conditional. Section 9. A path forward. The significance of land for Burkina Faso's future. Land is more than just soil in Burkina Faso. It represents hope, opportunity, and identity. For a country facing immense challenges, land is fundamental. Captain Traore's initiative to distribute land freely is a bold move. It acknowledges the deep connection people have to the land and its potential to transform lives. If successful, this program could be very significant. It could empower thousands of families. It could help them escape poverty and build better futures. This is a powerful vision for a nation in need of good news. The potential long-term benefits are considerable. Increased food security is a primary goal. If more people farm productively, hunger can be reduced. The nation could become more self-sufficient in food. Economic development in rural areas could be stimulated. This can create jobs and reduce urban migration. Greater social stability could also be an outcome. When people have livelihoods and hope, they are less vulnerable to despair or extremist ideologies. The land initiative could contribute to peace-building efforts. However, the path forward is not easy. The challenges are numerous and complex. Security must be restored for the initiative to thrive. Farmers need more than just land, they need support. Access to water, tools, seeds, and training is vital. Lessons from past projects must be heeded. Sustainability and fairness must be at the heart